What is journey mapping? And Mike, could you start off?
What is journey mapping? So journey mapping is it's a UX research exercise that allows you to really step back and get a holistic view of a customer's journey trying to accomplish a specific goal. So imagine, the process of, and I'm just going to relate this back to e-commerce, but to buying a specific product, right? You look at that journey of that customer, whether the first exposure they get is through an email, right? Marketing campaign. And it's like, hey, here's this thing that's on sale. Click this if you're interested, right? That takes that user through a specific path. And so what journey mapping does is it allows you to map those touch points that customer has with your organization. And you get to create themes, generally create themes of how you want to evaluate that process. You map how delightful that experience is based on their emotional takeaway, that interaction with your organization at that step, as well as what specific actions they are actually taking, right? Along with what channel they might be experiencing that interaction on. So these are the general themes in which you would do that. At the end of the day, when you go through the journey mapping process and map out that entire experience, you start to see opportunities, areas of friction that you may not have seen prior, because a lot of times your organization is siloed, and so they only are thinking through a specific lens, a specific step maybe. But what this allows is your organization to look at the experience all up for, your organization to create empathy with the customer, to see exactly what they're going through, how they are feeling. And again, it allows you to evaluate that process and say, hey, what are the things that we should be working on to help improve this experience, right? And you want to tie that back to your business KPIs and what is a priority to your business, right? In terms of how and where you should be focusing on that specific journey and starting there. So that's just the beginning part, the journey mapping experience. And then obviously a natural next step of journey mapping is figuring out, again, which opportunity to focus on, and ideating on potential solutions off of that. But that essentially is journey mapping in a nutshell. And Greg, if you want to.
Yeah, I think what journey mapping allows for the business to do is really look at where there's some opportunities for quick wins and low-hanging fruit to help prioritize the work to be done, and then looking at where the next higher impact, higher impact, lower effort priorities should be, and then prioritize that work going forward. One big challenge with any transformation, innovation, or redesign is biting off too much and then not being able to see the wins quick enough, and then the organization gets fatigued in the project. And so doing journey mapping, not just as a one-time thing, but as a consistent exercise or practice, allows you to keep a good eye on how you're doing with your customers and where you can improve.
Thanks.
You're welcome.